Let us say. That's a minute. Okay, that's Good morning, guys. My name is Arnold. Welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, kindly remember to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you may be notified anytime we post a video. So for those who have been loyal, we then want to thank you. Kindly let's travel together as we build our home. We hope that you're going to learn one or two things from us, and that you're also going to learn a couple of things from you. Here's a very big update. We're still continuing the construction journey. We are already done with building the slab of our toilets. For our toilet, we're building 2 toilets and 1 bathroom. Just the foundation because of finances, so we won't be continuing with the walling until we have enough finances to continue. But we are hopeful that finances are going to come our way and are going to build it soon. An important update: we want to build the slab of our house, and the fundi came to the site and he told us that one of the side is lower than the other one, so it's kind of a slope, so we'll need to do some landscaping. And we went to the tractor. Wanted to do it to the tractor, but it became so much expensive, so we decided to give somebody the work, so he'll be digging it to make the land level. I'll show you a clip of how we are proceeding, so stick on and let's travel together. Tumeanza kuharibu siku. Masaa ya kazi ni Monday, sikuwa nimejitayari. Tukiagree to 8 o'clock. Nilikuwa nimelewa. At this point, the fundis had started setting out the house. This is one of the most important stages because it is where the house plan is transferred from the paper onto the actual ground. They were carefully measuring the circumference of the house, checking every dimension, every corner, and every distance to make sure everything matched the approved plan. A small mistake at this stage could affect the entire structure, so they took their time to get everything right.
We were sparks on quiet streets, two hearts finding where to meet. But life pulled us apart, left me talk.
As I stood there watching them work, I couldn't help but feel excited. To be honest, this is the first time I've ever witnessed a house being built from the very beginning. I have seen many completed houses before, but I have never had the opportunity to watch the entire construction process unfold step by step. Seeing everything happen right before my eyes was an incredible experience.
Into the dark. If I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Or have we both moved on to different names?
What amazed me most was how the fundis could look at the drawing on the paper and accurately transfer every measurement onto the ground. They knew exactly where every corner should be, where each wall will stand, and how every room would connect to the next. It really made me appreciate the level of skill and experience that goes into construction. As you can see on the far end of where we're supposed to construct, there is a huge heap of soil piled up there. That wasn't there before. We actually removed all of that soil before we even started building the foundation. The reason for doing this was because our land wasn't completely level. One side of the land was much higher than the other side, and if we had started building immediately, the house would have ended up sitting much higher on one side than the other. When the fundi first inspected the site, he advised us that we needed to level the ground before any foundation work could begin. At first, we considered using a tractor, like I said before, because it would have been much faster, but after getting quotations, we realized it would cost more than we had budgeted for at that particular time. So instead, we decided to hire people to do the work manually. It took more time and a lot more effort, but in the end, we managed to achieve the same result while staying within our budget. Well, looking at that huge pile of soil now, it's hard to believe that all of it came from the exact spot where we were to do the foundation. Sometimes you don't really appreciate how much earth has to be moved until you actually see it collected in one place. It is only then that you realize just how much work goes into the preparation before construction begins. Well, site preparation is one of those stages that many people don't think about because it is not as exciting as seeing the walls go up or a roof being installed, but in reality, it is one of the most important parts of the entire project. A properly prepared site provides a good foundation for everything that follows.
Funny how we talk like we're fine, but your name still lives in my rhyme.
I am actually glad we took the time to do it the right way instead of rushing into the actual construction. Sometimes spending a little more time at the beginning saves you much bigger problems later on. I believe that building a house is not just about seeing a quick progress. It's about making sure that every stage is done correctly so that the structure will be safe and durable for many years to come. I have to confess something that probably happens to many first-time home builders. When the fundis finished measuring the house, or as they were measuring the house and marking the entire layout of the ground, My first reaction was, well, is this the actual size of the house? Because honestly, it looked much smaller than I had imagined. After spending so many months looking at the architectural drawings, I had created a picture in my mind of what the house would look like. But when I finally saw the outline marked on the ground, it somehow felt much smaller than the image I had imagined.
Take me back to the start before the quiet.
For a moment, I actually was tempted to stop the fundis and ask them whether they could increase the size of the house just a little bit. I kept walking around the marked areas, trying to convince myself that this was really a 3 bedroom house. I remember standing where the living room would be, then walking over to where the bedrooms would be, and honestly, I wondered if everything would actually fit. I even asked the fundi about it because I couldn't shake off the feeling that the rooms looked too compact. The funny thing is that he just smiled and laughed a little. He told me not to worry because almost every homeowner says exactly the same thing during this stage. He explained that when you are only looking at lines on the ground, your eyes naturally make the house appear much smaller than it really is. Without walls, windows, doors, and a roof, it is very difficult to appreciate the actual space. He assured me that once the foundation was complete and the walls started going up, everything would begin to make sense. He went on to tell me that by the time the wall reaches the window level, I would completely change my opinion. He said that many homeowners who initially think the house is small later end up realizing that the rooms are actually much bigger than they expected. Hearing that gave me a lot of confidence and I decided to trust the process. After all, these foodies have built many houses before. Well, this was my very first experience building one from scratch. I figured they had seen this reaction countless times. Well,
World felt small and your hands felt warm. Take me back to the start, if only for a moment.
I know one day I will look back and I will laugh about it because I genuinely believe that this house had somehow shrunk from the architectural drawings. But that's one of the interesting things about construction. It teaches you patience and reminds you that every stage reveals a little more of the final picture. If you're planning to build your own home one day, don't be surprised if you experienced exactly the same thing as I had. When the foundation is first marked out, the house almost looks smaller than you expected. Don't panic and don't rush to change your plans. Just trust the process, trust your drawings, and give the project time to grow. Once the walls start rising, you'll begin to see the vision come to life and you'll understand why experienced builders always tell you not to judge the size of the house from the foundation markings alone. A few moments later, they began applying the white chalk on the ground. At first, it just looked like white lines. But as more markings appeared, something incredible started happening.
I was a lonely silhouette, needed somebody to show the way. Yeah, I was a heartbeat with no sound till you came around. Yeah, you showed me colors, light in the darkness. You were the only thing I needed. Then we got older, but we stayed the same. Swear that we never lost the flame. Nostalgia, you're an echo in my head. Oh, nostalgia.
the outline of the house slowly became visible. You could begin to identify the different spaces that would eventually become our home. Standing there, I could already picture where the sitting room would be, where the dining area would be, where our bedrooms would be, and even where the kitchen and the bedrooms would eventually stand. It was such a surreal moment because, well, what had only existed in the drawings for months was finally becoming a physical reality. I remember walking around the marked out layout, imagining how we would move from one room to another once the house was complete. Even though there were no walls yet, the white chalk lines were enough to help me visualize our future home. It gave me a completely different perspective of the house plan, and I started appreciating the size of each room much more. I will be honest with you. I was smiling throughout this entire process. It felt like one of those moments you dream about for years. After all the planning, the budgeting, the saving and waiting, we had finally reached the stage where we could physically see our dream taking shape.
What if the years turn into gold? The longer we live, yeah, the more we grow. We could be 100 miles apart, but it's never far. Yeah, you show me colors, light in the darkness. You were the only thing I needed. Then we got older, but we stayed the same. Swear that we never lost the flame. No, nostalgia. You're an echo in my head. Oh, nostalgia. Like a symphony of our memories. Nostalgia. Don't you ever slip away. Oh, nostalgia. Like a symphony of our memories. Like a symphony of our memories. Like a symphony of our memories. Nostalgia. Don't you ever slip away. Oh, nostalgia. Like a symphony of our memories. Nostalgia. Like a symphony of our memories. Nostalgia. Don't you ever slip away. Oh, nostalgia. Like a symphony of our memories. Like a symphony.
Well, before the excavation officially began, I had the honor of doing the groundbreaking ceremony by making the very first dig. It's a common tradition in many places for the owner of the project to make the first dig as a symbol way of officially beginning the construction journey. It represents taking the first step towards turning a dream into reality. For me, it was a very special and emotional moment because it marked the beginning of building a home that we have envisioned for a very long time.
ama uingiza hapa ndani. Una shida. Ndani mwana wako tanga hapo. Hayo si matiana hata kuti ba. Mjina kulo kuingia kuingia. Kwa tena kuwe. Tangi hata. Kiwa leta nini? Leta speed. Sasa anata mweto you can have just some minutes. Kaya di moko maitu na jo ndekela to kwa daku mabaje tutegi idie na miditu dekaji okunda ana temela lakini to kijalo mebai wala temute.
Once all the measurements had been confirmed and every line was in the right place, the fundis picked up their tools and began digging the foundation trenches. Watching the first trench being dug was another unforgettable moment.
Lakini akaba kila njia toka na hii. Ndio bisili tu. Kwa. Wewe umeanza na jao, sina jao. Okay. Nó gồm này. Có cái gồm này không gà chứ. Cái mandas này có phải. Mandas chứ. Mandas.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. So today is day one of building our foundation, and all has been well. I'm not complaining. Actually, I can't complain. I'm excited because a lot has happened today. We have today we have been digging the foundation trenches. This is the first step of building a foundation, and so far so good. They have not managed to finish today, but I believe tomorrow they will be done. Lihabi, wherever you are, at the time you will be watching this video, just know that you are well represented, and I wish you were here with me. So that's all for today. Let's wait for tomorrow as we finish our foundation. And guys, thank you for sticking along and for joining with us. It's me, and let's meet tomorrow. Let me show you what has been taking place today. So these are the foundation trenches, and this is the soil that has come out of here. Some of it will be used to backfill since it's more of maram. I won't have to buy the maram. So once more, let me remind you, at the back of our house you have the sunset, and at the front we have the sunrise. Wow, I'm excited. So these are the foundation trenches. They have not managed to finish, but tomorrow they'll be done. The funny thing, the house looks small to me, but the fundi has told me that I should not underestimate the size of the house, since it looks small right now, but when they start building, it will be so big. So guys, that's it for now. Let's meet tomorrow as they continue to finish up on the foundation trenches. So it's me and adios. This is day 2.
Đây là cái trong mà phá cái trên đấy là cái mấy này. Ini kan bisa dia apa tak? Nah, tapi kayak exactly kau pindah maju dah. Ada minumnya ke mana kalau kita begitu kita saksi.
Ashapata ripoti.
Wajua hiyo gharama ya chuma hapo.